There are theories suggesting that the centaur is not just a myth, but the result of genetic experiments that went out of control. There are no official documents confirming this, but some of the evidence that has surfaced is difficult to simply ignore. Unexplained images, reports that were never fully revealed, and one question remains: is this just imagination or a truth that has never been made public? This video lasts only 6 seconds, but it captures an image that has sparked intense debate. According to the uploader, the clip was recorded by a local resident at around 8:43 p.m. on July 17, 2023, in a rural area in Kentucky, USA. In the footage, we can see a creature with an extremely unusual appearance, half human, half horse. The upper body resembles that of a woman, with wet hair clinging to her face, skin reflecting the light from surrounding flashlights, and a facial expression that clearly shows panic and loss of control. Meanwhile, the lower body is entirely that of a horse, featuring a light-colored coat, well-defined muscles, and the characteristic leg structure of a four-legged animal. This combination immediately reminds many people of the mythical creature known as the centaur. In ancient Greek mythology, the centaur embodies two opposing natures. The human half represents reason. The horse half represents wild instinct. Returning to the video, one particularly notable detail is the creature's behavior. It does not attack anyone. There are no signs of aggression. Instead, when surrounded by a group of locals and exposed to direct flashlight beams, it shows clear signs of fear and quickly runs away from the area. Its movement appears somewhat awkward, as if it is not accustomed to navigating tight spaces or is overwhelmed by the crowd. If this is real, then the creature likely tends to avoid humans rather than pose any threat to them. However, there are also many who believe this could simply be a staged production, or the result of visual effects and costume work designed to go viral online. With a duration of only 6 seconds and relatively unclear video quality, it is impossible to verify anything with certainty. But what makes this clip truly fascinating is not just its strange imagery, but how it almost perfectly recreates a creature that was once thought to exist only in legend. So what do you think? Is this just a carefully staged hoax, or have we just witnessed a being that humanity once knew only through ancient stories? Leave your thoughts below. I'd really like to hear your perspectives. Leaving behind the familiar setting of the United States, we now travel to Indonesia, a region in Asia long associated with mysterious stories and unexplained creatures. This video lasts approximately 13 seconds and was uploaded on TikTok by a local man identified as Ahmad Rizki, 34 years old, living in a rural area on the island of Java. At first, the clip sparked mixed reactions, ranging from skepticism to bold speculation. However, after the uploader shared more specific details about the time, location, and circumstances of the recording, the video quickly spread and drew widespread attention online. Upon closer observation, the footage appears to capture a creature that closely resembles descriptions of the centaur, the legendary half-human, half-horse being. In the opening moments of the video, the creature is seen inside a confined space that strongly resembles a horse enclosure, with dry ground, wooden fencing, and an environment that suggests containment. The creature behaves in a highly aggressive and defensive manner, growling and moving forcefully, clearly unwilling to let humans approach. But one crucial detail stands out: it does not attack anyone. This has led many viewers to speculate that its behavior is not inherently violent, but rather a defensive response to being confined in an unfamiliar environment. The video then shifts to a second scene, where the creature is released into an open garden area. At this point, its behavior changes noticeably. It becomes calmer, moves in a slower, more controlled way, and no longer shows the same level of agitation. In fact, the way it observes its surroundings gives the impression that it is beginning to treat the space as its own territory. From these contrasting scenes, a compelling hypothesis emerges. This may be a creature that is not naturally dangerous, but becomes defensive only when controlled or threatened by humans. If proven true, this discovery could completely reshape our understanding of beings once thought to exist only in mythology. Personally, I hope this centaur-like creature will soon be officially studied and verified by researchers in Indonesia. Because, if confirmed, this would undoubtedly be a groundbreaking discovery that shocks the entire world. Personally, I hope this centaur-like creature will soon be officially studied and verified by researchers in Indonesia. because if confirmed, this would undoubtedly be a groundbreaking discovery that shocks the entire world. But in the end, what matters most is your perspective. What do you think? Is this an undiscovered creature, or simply a carefully staged hoax? Leave your thoughts below. I'd really like to hear your analysis. We shift to a dry, open woodland area in Northern California, where tall, sparsely spaced trees and sunburnt grass create a landscape that feels both isolated and untamed. This video was sent to me via Instagram message by a man named Daniel Carter, 41 years old, who works as a rancher in a nearby region. According to him, the footage was recorded on September 12, 2023, and just 1 week later, he decided to share it with me, hoping it could reach people who are interested in researching legendary creatures. Although the video quality is not very high due to the distance it was filmed from, once we zoom in, a highly controversial detail becomes visible. There are two creatures in the frame that appear to resemble the Centaur. At around the 5-second mark, when we pause and carefully observe, we can see that both beings share nearly identical structures. A lower body resembling that of a horse with 4 legs and a tail. An upper body shaped like a human, with arms, shoulders, and a defined torso. This similarity suggests that this is not just a single abnormal individual. In the footage, the two creatures are facing off directly, engaging in movements that appear confrontational. Based on this behavior, one possible explanation is they may be fighting over territory, especially if both are male, making playful interaction less likely. Their movements are not light or casual. They show clear force, intent, and the rhythm of an actual conflict. According to the person who recorded it, the video has been reviewed multiple times and shows no obvious signs of staging. However, as of now, no credible organization or research body has officially verified or published this footage. And that is exactly what makes this clip so intensely debated. So what do you think? Is this real evidence of an unknown species, or simply the result of modern technology and clever fabrication? Leave your thoughts below. I'd really like to hear your perspective. India is a vast land, long associated with strange and unexplained phenomena. This video reportedly shocked viewers around January 2016 in the area of Dharavi, one of the most densely populated and complex urban neighborhoods in India. Shortly after it surfaced, the clip quickly gained traction among communities interested in mysterious content, trending online and sparking intense debate. What unsettles viewers the most is the appearance of the creature captured in the footage. At first glance, it displays a disturbing hybrid form. The lower body resembles that of a horse, with 4 legs, a visible tail, and skin covered in dirt and mud. The upper body, however, is distinctly human-like, with long arms, defined hands, and an exposed torso showing muscle and skin texture. Its skin does not appear smooth like a human's. Instead, it looks rough, dirty, suggesting a life spent in harsh, uncontrolled environments. The head is especially striking. Long, tangled hair hangs over its face, obscuring clear facial details, yet still conveying a sense of fatigue, confusion, and alertness. Its movement is equally unusual. Not fully like a horse, nor entirely human, but a heavy, slow gait, as if struggling to adapt to its own body. This bizarre combination has led many to compare it to the Centaur. However, unlike the powerful and majestic beings of mythology, this creature appears exhausted and out of place, wandering through a cramped residential alley. One particularly intriguing detail, and a point of major debate, occurs when a small cat appears in the scene. At that moment, the creature suddenly flinches and runs away. This reaction has led some viewers to believe that it is not inherently aggressive, but rather fearful of its surroundings. As for authenticity, opinions are sharply divided. One side argues that this is likely a product of artificial intelligence, pointing to the unusually smooth motion and high visual clarity. Others counter that the environment, lighting, and fine details appear highly realistic, with no obvious signs of manipulation. From my personal perspective, this leans more toward being AI-generated or staged, because it's difficult to believe that someone could stand so close and calmly record such a moment. Still, the video leaves behind more questions than answers. So what do you think? Is this a real creature accidentally captured in everyday life, or simply a technological illusion designed to deceive the eye? Share your thoughts. I'd really like to hear your perspective. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe so we can continue exploring the mysterious world together, because the more we uncover, the fewer answers we seem to find.